Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradhari.
Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Vihari, Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradhari.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradhari.
Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Vihari, Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jai Girivaradhari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihari, Jaya Gopi Janvallabha, Jaya Girivardhari.
Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Vihari, Jai Gopi Janvallabha, Giri.
Hare Krishna. So very warm welcome to all of you for today's session on the Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll start our session with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. So we discussed in our previous session, Bhagwan Kapil, he explains about the that how just like sun is present in its orbit, but the sun's presence can be felt on earth also by the reflection of the sun or sunlight. Similarly, we in this material world can also realize the Supreme Lord by his energies. And then we also discussed about Mukta Lingasya, that a person who is liberated soul, who is a Mukta, he becomes liberated because of his discharging his devotional service, loving devotional service to Krishna. That is the meaning of a liberated person. Now today we'll begin our discussion with text 13, Shloka number 13 of the 27th chapter of the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. एवं त्रिवृत अहंकारो भूतेन्द्रिय मनोमयैः स्वाभासैर्लक्षितो नेन सदा भासेन सत्यदृक्. एवं त्रिवृद अहंकारो भूतेन्द्रिय मनोमयैः स्वाभासैर्लक्षितो नेन सदा भासेन सत्यदृक्. Translation: the self-realized soul is thus reflected first in the threefold ego, and then in the body, the senses, and mind. Now you see, so here in this shloka, Bhagwan Kapil, he is talking about Trivrad Ahankaro. Trivrad Ahankaro. Trivrad means three types of or three different levels of Ahankar. So as we know that this material world is comprised of the three modes of material nature. A living entity is constantly under the influence of the three modes of material nature. And the mode in which a living entity is present, that kind of ego or false ego he develops. For example, if a living entity is in sattva guna or is in mode of goodness, then in the mode of goodness, a living entity will have a body which will be predominantly in mode of goodness. And generally, such bodies are present in upper planetary systems. Okay. So then the living entity, the kind of body that a living entity has, it depends on the three modes of material nature. And that is why the kind of body a living entity has, there will be a particular place where that body will be born. That body will have particular set of mother and father, family, society, etc. So then the living entity, he starts to act according to the conditions in which he or in which that living entity is born and being raised. So these are all manifestations of false ego. To think that I am born in such and such family, I am born in a rich family or a poor family or whatever it is. These are all manifestations of false ego. So that's what is mentioned here. Evam trivirad ahankaro. So according to the influence of the three modes, that kind of false ego is present in a particular living entity's body. Bhutendriya manomaya. Bhut indriya. So Bhut indriya means the our senses. Bhut means the five elements of creation: earth, water, fire, air, ether. And they have sense objects also by which they are able to interact. And manomaya means the three subtle elements of creation, which are mind, intelligence, and false ego. And then Bhagwan Kapil is saying, Swabhasa lakshito anena. So Swa Abhasa lakshito anena. Swa Abhas means to realize, to experience. Sadabhasena satyadrik. Sat means sadabhasena. Swa abhasa. In the previous, you see in the previous sentence, the word is swa abhasa. Okay. And in the second, the last sentence of the shloka, the word which is used is sad abhasena. So swa abhaser and sat abhasena. So sad abhasena means sat abhasena. Sat means eternal. Satchidanand. As we know, that spirit soul is eternal, isn't it? So sat abhasena means that the realization of the spirit soul or the experiences, the perceptions of the spirit soul, that also depends on the extent to which false ego is purified. Now you see, so many times we have discussed false ego in this chapter, and not only in this chapter, in the previous chapters also. Because why Bhagwan Kapil is constantly talking about false ego, constantly talking about ahankar? Because false ego is the root cause of our material manifestation, or because the root cause of our material existence in this material world. For ego means identity, identification. But when we falsely identify with something, then there will be, that means it is false. There is false identification. We are not that, but we are identifying with that particular object or that particular body. That is called false identification or false ego. But if there is false ego, there has to be real ego. If there is false identification, then there has to be real identification, real identity. My false identity is that I am this body. I am born in such and such place. I am born to such and such mother and father. If these are false identities, then there has to be real identity. And where do I belong to? Who is my mother and father? What is my relationship? There has to be real identity, isn't it? So, false ego is present in the material world. When a living entity comes in touch with the three modes of material nature, then he develops false ego. So, what is false ego means? When we say that I am this body, I belong to this material world, I am an Indian, I am a American, whatever it is. I am a Hindu, I am a Muslim, I am a Christian. These are all false identification. These are all false identifications. So if I am this body is false identity, then what is our real identity? That I am not this body, isn't it? If false identity is that I am this body, then what is our real identity? Real ego, that I am this body. So just like there is false identity, there is real identity also. False identity is with respect to the material nature. When we start to think that I am this body, I am born at such and such place, our real identity is that I am not this body, I am eternal servant of Krishna. I am eternally part and parcel of Krishna. So what happens is, as I explained earlier also, false ego is basically like us wearing colored glasses. Colored glass or colored spectacles. So if you wear red colored spectacles, the whole world will look like red to you, isn't it? So is it the fault of the world that it is looking red, or is it the fault of the eyes? No. The fault is in the spectacles or the glasses. Glasses have become red. The defect is in the glasses. So in this way, a living entity moves away from his real ego or real identity and diverts himself to false identity or false ego because of this element of creation, which is the false ego. So the vision changes. If you wear red colored glasses, whole world will look red to you. But if you remove that red colored glass and then you see the world will look exactly the way it is. We'll be able to see this world as it is, this world the way we want. So the vision changes. And how vision changes? So a person with false ego, when he sees a particular object, for example, if he sees a beautiful fruit, a very tasty banana fruit, So a person with false ego, what will you think? Oh my God, this is banana, this is so tasty, I should eat it and relish the taste. Right? But as soon as a person comes to his real ego, when a person comes to a platform of real ego, he knows his identity. Then what he will do? When he will see a beautiful banana fruit, he would go and offer it to Krishna first. And then he will eat the remnants as prasadam. Because everything belongs to Krishna and everything must be used for him only. So in this way, here it is mentioned by our great Acharya, our Bhagwan Kapil. He is saying Bhutendriya Manomaya. So Trivid Ahankaro Bhutendriya Manomaya. So this, because of the threefold or the three kinds of false ego in mode of goodness, false ego in mode of passion, false ego in mode of ignorance, Bhutendriya Manomaya. Our senses, our mind, this whole mind body system, it works according to the kind of false ego or according to the the false ego that we have. So in this way, if a person has correct vision, if a person has come to his real ego, if he has proper vision, if he has proper understanding, and how that real vision develops, we discussed in our previous sessions. You all might remember. Divine knowledge. The only way to come to our real identity is to hear from a pure devotee of Krishna. This false ego can be crushed. This false ego can be destroyed completely by hearing from a pure devotee of Krishna. And then sadabhasena satyadrik. And then his abhasena, that means when he is able to realize Krishna, when he understands his position as part and parcel of Krishna, then we can say that a person will be able to see the word satyadrik. Drik means vision. You see, that is what is mentioned here in this shloka. Satyadrik, sadabhasena satyadrik. So when a person, he rises above this false ego and he moves to his real identity or real ego, which is pure devotional service to Krishna, then sad abhasena satyadrik. Then he is able to sat abhasena, he is able to experience, he is able to realize sat. Sat means Krishna. That is the first entry, that is the initial entry into the divine realm, into a divine existence, into a divine platform of bhakti. So that is the meaning of, very important, these two words, you see. Sad abhasena and satyadrik. Drik means vision, to see. And abhasena means abhas. Abhas means to perception or experience. So what happens when a person comes to his real ego, or when a person advances? How will a person come to real ego? Now the question may come that, okay, we are talking about false ego. False ego means our false identity. We are identifying ourselves with matter. So that is called false ego. Okay. But how to get over false ego? How to come to real ego? And answer is there. We discussed earlier. Through divine knowledge. Through Divya. And how do we receive Divya? How do we receive Divya? So I'll take you to two shlokas in the Bhagavad Gita. You can see on your screen. Two very, very important shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita. You can see on your screen. So the fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, you see on your screen. The fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita is about divine knowledge. Okay. Now Krishna, he describes in the Bhagavad Gita in the fourth chapter how to receive divine knowledge. Because here in the Bhagavatam, what are we discussing? That we have to rise above false ego. We are under the influence of the three modes, and because of the three modes, we have false ego. Now, how to rise above false ego is mentioned here in the 34th shloka of the fourth chapter. So, what is Lord Krishna saying here? Tad viddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshante jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. So, Lord Krishna is telling that Arjun, how to receive divine knowledge, because until unless we receive divine knowledge, we cannot rise above false ego. We cannot move to higher realm of existence. So if we want to rise above false ego, and if we want to come to the platform of real ego, the only way is through divine knowledge, through receiving knowledge from the spiritual master. That is what Krishna is saying here, you see. Tad viddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So, to receive divine knowledge, Arjun, you have to approach your spiritual master. Tad viddhi pranipatena. And then you have to bow down before him. So, tad viddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. So, the process is we go, we bow down before our Guru, we inquire from him, and then we serve him. Service is very important. Sevaya. Without service to Guru, we cannot rise above the three modes. This is the secret of success in bhakti. What is the secret of success in bhakti? Many times people think that we have been practicing for so long, but we are not advancing. Why? Because the highest, the topmost secret of success in bhakti is given in this 34th shloka of the 4th chapter. We have to approach our Guru, we bow down before him, we ask questions from him, and then sevaya. We have to serve the spiritual master. If there is only inquiry, and bowing down. But if there is no service, service is paramount. We all must serve our Guru. That is very important. So, tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. We serve the spiritual master like a menial servant. Brahmachari Gurukule Vasan Dante Guror Hitam. That used to be the process during Vedic times. You may be son of a king, but as soon as you are a 5-year-old boy or a 5-year-old child, you will be sent to Gurukul to live in the hermitage of Guru and serve him. That servitude to Guru used to exist. That culture of service to Guru was imbibed at the age of 5 years. And whole life, a person used to be a servant of the spiritual master. That is the process. That is the method. So, Upadekshanti te jnanam jnanina tattva darshana. And then, because spiritual master has seen the truth, he knows the truth, so he will reveal that to the disciple. So now, in this shloka, we come to know how to rise above false ego. Because we discussed if we want to rise above false ego, the only way by which we can rise above false ego is by divine knowledge. Okay, by transcendental knowledge. And how to receive transcendental knowledge? It is given here in this shloka, 4th chapter, 34th shloka. Now, after we receive divine knowledge from Guru, and we rise above the 3 modes, we rise above false ego, then what will happen? Let me take you to one more very important shloka. You can see on your screen. The 17th shloka of the 18th chapter. In the Bhagavad Gita, the 17th shloka of the 18th chapter. What is Lord Krishna saying here? Yasya nahankrito bhavo buddhir yasya na lipyate hatva pisa imaloka na hanti na nibadhyate. So what happens when we rise above false ego? When we come to our real ego, what will happen? What is the advantage? What experiences we will have is mentioned here. Yasya na ahankrito bhavo. Ahankar means false ego. Yes, na ahankrito. Na ahankrito means real ego. Isn't it? Negative means positive. So, yasya na ahankrito bhavo. So, a person who has no false ego, that means he has real ego. Buddhir yasya na lipyate. His intelligence never gets entangled. A person who has come to the platform of real ego, his intelligence never becomes entangled. You see, buddhir yasya na lipyate. His buddhi, his intelligence never gets entangled in this material existence. And then what Lord Krishna is saying? Hatva pisai maloka. Even if such person kills someone, hatva means hatya, to kill someone. Even if that person kills someone, na hanti na nibadhyate. He is not the killer. He is not the killer. So na hanti na nibadhyate. So a person who has come to the platform of real ego, just imagine, even if he kills someone, still he is not the killer. You see the potency of the power or the status of a person who is on the platform of real ego. That is why you see in this chapter in the Srimad Bhagavatam, our Bhagwan Kapil is constantly talking about ahankar, to become free from ahankar. So, so when we rise above ahankar, when we rise above our false ego, and we come to the platform of real ego, that means we have surpassed, we have transcended the three modes of material nature, and such a person who will have real ego. Real ego means pure devotee of Krishna. So a pure devotee of Krishna, even if he kills someone, he is actually not killing anyone. Why? Because killing or whatever material activity a person does, it is all on material platform. On spiritual platform, these activities have got no importance. So, so that is what Bhagwan Kapil is explaining here in these shlokas about false ego and real ego. And he's saying Sad Abhasena Satyadrik. And then when a person is on the platform of real ego means when he knows that I am a part and parcel of Krishna. That is real ego. False ego means I am this body. Real ego means I am not this body. I am a spirit soul. I am a part and parcel of Krishna. That is real ego. So when a person has real ego, he will be a pure devotee. Only pure devotees of Krishna have real ego. Everyone else has false ego. So when a person comes to a platform of real ego, what happens? Sad abhasena. He'll be able to experience Sat. Sat means eternal existence. He'll be able to experience Sat. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means eternal, permanence, eternal existence. And Satyadrik. He'll be able to see the truth. He'll be able to see this world as it is. Why? Because he has become a pure devotee of Krishna. You see, so very important shlokas. Each shloka of this chapter is so beautiful, so much of depth, so much of poignant meanings. Each and every word of this shloka. And that is why we are able to cover only one or two shlokas in every session, because these shlokas are so deep. I could go even deeper, but because of limitation of time. But still, we are going very deep in these shlokas. So if anyone finds difficulty in understanding, you can listen again and again and you will understand what is false ego, what is real ego, how to move to real ego, how to surpass this platform of false ego. So those who are new to the channel can subscribe. All of you can like, comment, share. We'll stop here. We'll continue our discussion in the next session. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.